Alright guys, do we have a fun video for you here today? I feel like knives are obviously an essential piece of your toolbox and your personal carry. And I came across one that just showed up. This is a new drop from Milwaukee. It's part number 48221517, and it's their multifunction maximum control utility tool. So we'll go over all the functions of it here right now. Alright, first, before we get too far, I want you guys to give me some input. I did do an upgrade here to the sound of the channel, so let me know what this sounds like compared to, say, the last 10-15 videos. I did some changes earlier on, and I think they didn't quite pan out as well. So let me know how it sounds today, and if we're on the right track. Alright, so here's the tool itself. We'll go ahead and open it up for you, let you guys see inside. This is going to be a prying and scraping tool. It's also going to be a nail and staple puller. Which I don't know who would really want to use that for that. There's much better tools, but it does have that capacity. Gut hook and wire stripper. You can see it drops down inside there on the blade. We'll show you that here in a second. And then bottle opener. Limited lifetime warranty on here as well. On the back here, a little bit more information. There's the price of it. If you go over to Home Depot, it's $17. Kind of on the little bit more expensive side. I feel like the Fastbacks are even just under that price if you want a Fastback. And we'll talk whether or not this is better than a Fastback or not. But 3-position slide, that is nice. A nice feature for it. Slim, easy carry. And it's got a full metal body, which is nice. I do prefer that they do keep it all metal. And made by Milwaukee Tools. The blade is made in Taiwan, which I think that doesn't really matter. And the handle is made in China. So definitely Chinese made as far as this whole thing's concerned. Now this is going to be like a aluminum, I think on this top part. Yeah, everything red is going to be like a cast aluminum. We'll double check that. Yep, that's all aluminum. And then the part that's magnetic back here is going to be the steel. It's going to be a higher quality steel, much denser, so it gives it its physical weight. And it does have various screws holding it together. On the back here, laser etched, the Milwaukee. Again, the part number found there. And then eye protection. I do like here that it is a spring clip. Milwaukee spring clips are actually quite nice. I feel like even people take a lot of these and place them on other tools. They do a good job with the spring clip. I do wish on this end it was just a little bit taller. It is a little hard to get some finger. Because when you go to take this and put it on your pants and clip it, that is it is such a tight spring that not having a little bit more of a lip makes it hard to get it over your, like, say, jean pockets or what have you. But I do like that this is reversible, so if you want to have it tip up, tip down, currently it's tip down position, you could do so. You have a lanyard here to obviously tie your lanyard to if you want to carry it that way. You also have your bottle opener here. Ergonomics wise, this is quite sharp along here and along the back, so if you hold it, it does want to dig into you. I do like the pry bar on the back. It is a little bit on the wide side, but you can kind of get it to where you want to lever it. I mean, if you want the thicker side to pry sometimes versus the thinner. This is your nail puller section here. So ideally, I don't have a nail here, but the idea is to get underneath it and pry. The only problem is you don't have a lot of leverage with how this is set up. I do like that they put a nice bend to it. That's the point of a pry bar, is to have actual leverage. And it does attempt to give you that leverage. You don't have the fulcrum length to take advantage of. But otherwise, that is slightly sharp too. I would have liked to actually put more of a point on one of these two sides, because let's be honest, even though this is a box cutter, this is actually a nice end to use as well, just so you don't have to pull out the blade. So sharpening this, I may have to do this myself, and I would recommend, if you are interested in using it that way, just sharpen up one of the corners. So if you do want to cut something open real quick, you can. Just notice that that's going to potentially dig into your side, depending on how you carry this. In this case, it's carry up, so it's going to be a little bit out of the way. I prefer that method. Laser etch for the Milwaukee here as well on the front side. This is where you have your seatbelt cutter, or say your lanyard cutter, or I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily say a wire cutter there, but I don't know either too if it's really great for seatbelt cutting. I mean, for the longest time I used to say this was a seatbelt cutter, but it's just so cumbersome to utilize that. I mean, it does cut it a little bit, and they do claim it's a wire stripper too, but I mean, who wants to use utility blades for cutting stranded wire? Not me. Now, function is here. I do appreciate that there is some tactile feel to this, even though it's only a partial chevron. But the idea is one click, bring it down. That's a nice safety precaution. I do like that you have an option there. It's not either fully engaged or fully disengaged. So you can do a light cut into a box per se. And then the halfway, a little bit further, and then full reach out to here. And that's going to use up to the top corner. So not a ton of blade, but it's decent enough. It's right on par with a lot of these other ones that do something similar. I can show you Cobalt. They have a similar system here. It just goes out a little bit further on this one. Very similar idea. A lot of manufacturers make it. I could have pulled out a whole lot of them, guys, and let you see for yourself. But the idea is the same as you have a utility blade inside here. It's got aluminum housing. You could do a lot of cutting with it. This one just so happens to take it a step further with a pry bar. Also worth mentioning is the removal of the blade is here. So fully out and then pull. That just releases. And they do, if you look here, I think what they try to do is they're trying to minimize physical contact with the blade, which I do appreciate. I feel like that's becoming a common occurrence with the higher end utility blades like this, is because you don't want a lot of drag. And I'm gonna admit, this is probably the biggest downfall of this. One is it's bulky. By comparison to the same thing, it's bulkier, it's heavier, it's chunky. If you like that, then maybe this is meant for you. The second thing is, this action here takes quite a bit of work to do. Like, I'm getting better at it, but you're going to wear your thumb out. Like, it is not a comfortable deployment. This, on the other hand, way smoother. I don't even have to really touch it. It just goes right in and out. This, though, for whatever reason, is extremely stiff on the spring, and it just wants to grab all the way in and out. Now, granted, if you're using it to cut, say, shingles, or maybe you're using it to cut carpet, like, that's going to probably hold and stay engaged pretty well for you. I'll give them that. They do have some jimping on the back here, which is nice. That way you do get some grip. But guys, guess what? That is digging into your palm of your hand if you're trying to use this. That is extremely uncomfortable. So, whereas this, yeah, I'd rather use this. Even though it's not quite as grippy, it's close, but this is just more comfortable to use. And then much of these other ones, like some other examples here, and these are all just like, there's some no-name ones here, but the idea is the same. These have been around for a long time, multiple tools on them. This one actually has a Phillips on it. Me personally, I like a Phillips on these. Here's going to be your flat, partial flat there. Glass breaker on that end. But the idea with this one is lift up and then slide out your blade and use it that way. Very simple. And if you guys are interested, there is the manufacturer. I'll put links to all these down below for you guys if you're interested in them. But there's all different types. Super cheap ones like these. Or this is Screw Pop. They make this one. This one's been around for ages. Very simple process. Multiple lockout positions. Very minimalistic. Use a magnet to hold the blade in place so it doesn't rattle as bad for you when you have it back and fully engaged. There you go. Nice and quiet. Bottle opener. Very minimalistic. There's pry bar. Here the pry bars are getting fancy. I have a Gerber version that's actually very, very similar to this. You know, this one actually has the Phillips on the end of it and prying on it. And you could sharpen this corner here and use it to actually just do all the cutting for you. And it's very simple. It doubles as a clip here. So that's a good idea. But and I've showcased this one earlier. This has been well over a year since I did this video on this one. But this is like the pinnacle, I think, of it, where this was actually CNC machined by, I think he did some of it overseas, but Gear Infusion. I'll put a link for you guys. Very simple process. Locks in place, has your jimping on top, holds it. He actually does the multiple ribs inside there, so it's less friction on it. You can see them actually right here. He went really far. This is made out of titanium. You can do stainless steel if you want to, but locks it in place. No rattling. That magnet is press fit in there, not glued, and it holds the blade in place. Lanyard space here. Pry tool on the end. Very, very light, very easy. Even comes with its own lanyard too. So if you want similar tool, and very easy to change in and out. So, and pricing for this one is definitely higher than this, but really depends on what you're into, guys. So kind of a long-winded one here, going through all this. Is it a good tool? I'm in the middle. I mean, quality-wise, it's decent. It does have some good attributes to it. It's bulky. It's hefty. It's got a lot of extra that I don't think it's necessary. Like, this doesn't need to be this big with all this extra crap here to safeguard, because you can't even get your thumb in there on that well enough. It's so recessed. It even sits crooked. It's just not a good mechanical actuation there. I don't. It's, you know, if you don't believe me, go ahead, try one. Get one of these. Get one of any of these other ones. This is by far the hardest one to deploy of all of these. And if you find yourself constantly going in and out, cutting things, and not having to like stop and try to get this to go out, especially if you have slippery fingers, this is not a go for me. I would not do that. But I wanted to show you guys, let you guys know what I thought. So what are your thoughts? Is this a good tool? Would you be interested? Or would something along here be better? Or would you recommend something else that falls in this line of more of these heavy-duty kind of pocket slide utility knives? What do you think? All right, guys. As always, check the links down below. But if you haven't, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on more videos like this. All right, guys. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.